welcome back to my channel. Today I have a super fun video to share with you. Today I'm actually sharing all of my favorite kitchen products. You guys know I absolutely love cooking, so I have a lot of different things that I want to share with you and just a big variety of items. And all of these things you can actually find on Amazon, so these are all of like my Amazon must-haves. I'm super excited for you guys to see these. I get tons and tons of questions on what different brands I use, different products that I have, and so I figured this would be a really good way to share them with you guys. All of these products will be listed in the description box, but if you're having a hard time finding something, just leave me a comment down below and I can send you the direct link for it. If you are new here, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I do tons of cooking content on this channel. I do a what's for dinner every Sunday, lots of meal prep, grocery hauls, and things like that. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely make sure you're subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're starting off with all of my go-to cooking products that I use seriously every single day, at least weekly, if not daily, because I seriously love all of these. First off, I've got my Dutch oven here. This is something I've had since shortly before our wedding, I believe. It was actually a wedding present, and I love this thing. It's so nice to have a heavy bottomed pot. I love browning like ground beef in here. It just browns up super, super well. And I just love that you can put this in the oven. It works really well. A nice heavy duty pot. It's held up so well. The quality is great, and for a Dutch oven, it's actually very affordable. Some Dutch ovens can get super pricey, and this one has been a really good option. It's just off of Amazon. Next up, we've got these glass storage or mixing bowls. I definitely use them for both. They are the brand Pyrex, which you guys are gonna see I absolutely love everything Pyrex. So this comes in a 4-pack, and then it does also come with matching lids, which just makes it really, really easy for storage. So this size right here, I actually got some extras just in this size because I go through these super quickly. A lot of times I use many of them in one day, and it's just really nice to have extras. So I have tons of these. Definitely recommend if you are just starting out and you don't have mixing bowls, these will hold up super well for you. I feel like anything glass is just really nice to have. It just lasts so much better than plastic in my opinion. And then another Pyrex item that I absolutely love is this little like mixing bowl. It's an 8-cup bowl here. And I love it because it has this spout, which makes it really, really nice for mixing up pancakes, crepes, any sort of batter that you're gonna be pouring. It's just great. And then it does also have a matching lid, which I love because I can just throw that right into the fridge with this bowl. And again, not any need for another storage container. So this is really great. Definitely if you make a lot of pancakes, having a bowl like this is really, really handy. Now for my casserole dishes that I pretty much use all the time, I have this Pyrex one, and then I also have this smaller Pyrex. So this I believe is a 3-quart, and then this I think is a 2-quart. They're both really nice. I love that they have the lids. Definitely when you're getting a casserole dish, I would recommend getting one with a matching lid. It just makes it really, really convenient. If you guys can't tell, I really like having matching lids with all of my stuff. It's so nice to have a lid versus having to use tin foil or saran wrap or press and seal. It's so nice to have the lid. So definitely spend the couple bucks extra and get the lid on your stuff. This next one you have seen me talk about before. It's the Kitchen Mama can opener. I got this probably a good like 3 months ago, and I seriously love it. It's a little portable handheld electric can opener. All you've got to do, put it on top, press the button. This will just turn around, open your can, and you have no sharp edges. So I have never been a big fan of electric can openers, but I seriously love this one. If you have little kids and you're always worried about them touching like the sharp edges of cans with a regular can opener, definitely check this bad boy out. It really is awesome to not have to deal with all of those edges. This next one, I'm sure you guys recognize from my What's for Dinner videos. This is just my everyday skillet that I use. It is the brand Green Life. I actually picked mine up at Walmart, but you can definitely get it on Amazon. They sell them there. There's multiple different ones that you can get. The only one that I have from this brand is this big skillet, and I seriously love it. Once these pots and pans go bad, then I might switch to this brand just because I love the color scheme. I think it's super pretty and it kind of matches like the aesthetics of my kitchen. So I really, really like this, and it definitely cooks really evenly and distributes heat well. So definitely recommend this brand for skillets. Now this set of pans here is actually the brand Farberware, and we have had them for a good like 6 years, I want to say. And I have to say I'm very impressed with how they have held up. We have the whole set and they have no scratches or anything on them, which I feel like that is saying something for not a very expensive pots and pan set. I think this is around, like, I'll put the price on the screen for you guys, but it's not super expensive and it has seriously held up so well. So if you are just starting out, you need a new pots and pan set, you're moving into your first apartment, this is a really, really good set that will last you well. It's gonna serve all of your needs, and it's just really, really affordable, but also good quality. So these are really, really nice ones. Now on to kitchen knives. These are my all-time favorite. I've talked about them before. I've also had a lot of questions on what knives I use. They are the Kyocera brand ceramic knives. So I actually have 3 of them. I have their chef's knife, I have this one, which this is a serrated knife, and then I do also have their paring knife. So these are ceramic, so they're actually never going to go dull, and they work so, so amazing. They're a little bit pricey, but I think they are worth every penny, because to have a good knife, it's so worth it if you cook a lot, and you're also less likely to cut yourself when you have a sharp knife. I know it seems counterintuitive, but seriously, you definitely want a good sharp knives. And these I've had them for 3 years. They've never been sharpened, and they are just as sharp as the day we got them. So definitely recommend this brand. Again, the brand is Kyocera. We just got ours off of Amazon. And then the other knives that you will see me using are these ones. These are Chicago Cutlery brand, and I do like them. I do like to keep my knives kind of separate. So these are the ones that I will typically use for raw meat, like cutting up chicken, any sort of meat. And then these ones I kind of keep for fresh produce. It's just like, obviously I wash them, but I just kind of like to keep them separate. So that is what I do as far as knives go. And then on to my baking sheets. These I've had for quite a few years. I actually ordered them through my mom's work, but I did find them on Amazon as well. So the brand is Vollrath. Again, of course, I will have them linked, but I have this smaller one, which I will say it's really nice to have a small little pan like this. Great for bars, potatoes. You guys see I make a lot of potatoes on these ones. I really, really enjoy these pans, and they're very affordable too. They're definitely not anything too pricey. So I've got the small one and then the bigger one on those. Now for all of my baking goodies. You guys know I love baking, so this is one of my favorite categories. I recently just picked up these metal measuring cups. These are actually, I believe, the Mainstay brand, and they're actually just from Walmart, but I have to say they're really, really good quality. I was very, very impressed with these. I couldn't find this brand on Amazon, but I did link a similar measuring cup, but otherwise you can just pick these up at Walmart. I think they were maybe like $7, so really, really affordable, and the quality I can tell is just super, super good. This rolling pin we have had since our wedding. It was another wedding present and such an amazing one. I love it. It's super heavy. This is non-stick, and it's such an amazing rolling pin. I love a good heavy rolling pin. The one that we had before this was a wooden one, and the quality from that one to this is just, it's completely different. So definitely invest in a good rolling pin if you do a lot of baking, especially like cut out sugar cookies, rolls, that sort of thing. This will really, really come in handy on that. Another baking tool that I've talked about before is actually this frosting applicator. It's the Wilton brand, and this is amazing if you are just learning how to pipe cupcakes. It comes with many different tips, and it's very affordable. It's $12 on Amazon. So if you are just getting started, this is a really great option. I've tried using piping bags and they just don't work very well for me. I find that they're really messy, and this is amazing. You do have to fill up this little part quite a bit when you're piping cupcakes, but I think it's so much easier than using piping bags. So definitely recommend this one, especially for the price. It's just very affordable. Another Wilton product is this spatula. This is what I frost all of my cakes with. I do not have a bench scraper, so I actually just use this to smooth out the sides, and I use this for all kinds of frosting. It just works really well. It's a very versatile spatula. So if you are wanting to get into cake decorating, or even just, you know, your typical birthday cakes, this is something that's really nice to have on hand. You can do a lot with it, and it's a pretty universal frosting spatula. Next essential baking item is a cookie dough scooper. My mom never had one of these growing up, and I always wanted one. It just makes it so much quicker. And I do also use this for making meatballs, energy balls, anything that I need to form into a ball shape. It's just really convenient. So this is a great tool to have on hand. Any brand I think will do just fine, but this one is great. I really love it. Definitely use it quite a bit, especially when I make cookies with the kids. So I mentioned that I like to make cakes. I have these Cake Boss pans. I have a 3-pack, and they are extremely high quality. I love them. They're a very heavy duty pan. They're non-stick. Nothing but good things to say about them. My favorite way to use these is I will actually cut out some parchment paper, line the bottom of them, and the cakes come out absolutely beautiful every single time. So if you are looking for a really good cake pan set, this is a really great one. So like I mentioned, I bake a lot of cookies, and this is one thing that my mom taught me, is to always use air bake cookie sheets when you are making cookies. It really does make all the difference. If you don't have air bake, definitely try them out. They actually have like holes in the bottom, and it's supposed to just make the cookies better, and it really does. I've used tons of different pans over the years, and these are definitely my favorite. I have a couple different sizes, and they're really amazing. Definitely recommend getting these if you make a lot of cookies, or even like rolls turn out really good on here. There's just so many different things you can do with them, but they're really high quality. And then of course, to go with cookies, you're gonna want some cooling racks. I really love these ones because you can stack them on top of each other. These came in super handy before we remodeled our kitchen because we didn't have very much counter space. So they would just stack right on top of each other. This is great for like when you're baking Christmas cookies, tons of cookies everywhere. You have so much room. And then to store them, they just break right down, stack right on top of each other. And they're very nice and compact. So even if you live in a small home, these are something that you can definitely have. And of course I had to include my KitchenAid. I have had this thing for many years. My husband got it for me back when we were still dating. I just have the KitchenAid Classic. It's black. I do have the glass bowl that goes with it. I love this thing. It is a little bit bigger than the bowl that actually comes with it, which is great for when I'm making dough. And I just think it is very pretty. Of course I have all of the attachments here. So we've got the whisk, which is great for making like whipped cream and stuff. I've got my kneading hook for making dough. I use this all the time for making breads, pizza dough, all kinds of yummy goodness. And then just the normal paddle attachment for like cookies or whatever. So definitely a great investment. They are very pricey, but I think a KitchenAid is just an absolute must if you like being in the kitchen. Now we're on to more of like my miscellaneous items in the kitchen, starting off with Tupperware over here. So these are just like glass storage containers. I really like them. These lids are snap-on. I got them a couple months ago. They're great for food prep. They come with a really good variety of sizes. They have some round ones, and then they also have some square and some rectangle. I really like the variety here, and it was really affordable. I think it was around $30 for a big set of these, all from Amazon, so really great deal on those. And then I got these cereal canisters, which I am so excited about these. I've been wanting airtight containers for a really long time for dry stuff. So this one just has some cereal in it. And then I also like to use these for rice. It's a really great option. So you can either do the pop part on top, or you can also open it on this side like this, and it's great. They actually have some smaller ones, and I think I want to buy those for the pantry for like crackers and that sort of thing. But these can get really, really pricey, and I was able to get 6 of them for $30. So about $5 a piece, which is pretty affordable compared to what you find at a lot of stores. So that's a really, really good price on those ones, and they work really, really well. I'm very impressed with the quality of those. And then more storage containers. I've had these for years. They're the Rubbermaid brand ones, and these are what I keep our flour in. I have one for sugar, one for powdered sugar, all kinds of baking ingredients, and they're really, really great, very affordable. I originally picked mine up at Walmart, but you can definitely get them on Amazon as well, and I do really, really like these ones. Now this popcorn popper is something that I feel like I've never really seen anyone talk about on YouTube before. This is the West Bend brand. I've had a hard time finding this one when I tried to link it, but I've tried many different brands of these and they all work pretty much the same. But this makes the best popcorn. I just put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there with about 2/3 a cup of corn kernels. Heat it up over medium heat, let it pop, and then I put a little bit of butter and salt on top. And you guys, it makes the best popcorn. And it's also much, much healthier than microwave popcorn, and it hardly takes any time at all. So this is a really, really fun option. My husband loves this popcorn. This is pretty much what we always make. We don't really eat microwave popcorn in this house, but this is seriously so cool and very, very affordable. Now I didn't include a lot of cleaning supplies, but I did want to mention these e-cloths. They work so well. If you've never heard of e-cloths, I definitely would recommend them. They're supposed to kill, I think, like 99% of germs or something. These are great for just wiping down your counter with water. You don't need to use a spray or anything. So I use these a lot after the kids eat lunch, the counter or whatever. I will just like give it a quick wipe down with water. And then at the end of the day, I will usually go in with thieves cleaner or some sort of antibacterial cleaner at the very end of the day. For fresh produce containers, I use the Rubbermaid Food Saver brand ones. I have quite a few of them. This one, I just pulled all of these out of the fridge. This is green beans. We have green beans from our garden, and I'm so excited about it. So that's what's in there right now. We've got strawberries and blueberries. I will say it makes strawberries and blueberries last so much longer. They're not super crazy cheap to buy these, but I think it's well worth the money. When you go through your produce and it goes bad, seriously, this makes it last so much longer. So I think you definitely end up saving money in the long run. There's a lot of different brands, but I do really like these Rubbermaid ones, and you can get them pretty much anywhere, which is awesome. Last item for kind of the miscellaneous stuff is actually my blender. We have had this for, oh my goodness, probably like a good 5 years, and it is still going strong. It's a little like rough looking around the edges, but the blender itself is great. Like, it works amazing. It comes with this big one, and then it also comes with this smaller one, which I use more for like chopping produce and stuff. Although you can actually like make smoothies and whatnot in here. Really, really awesome. Very affordable blender. Ninja has a lot of different types of blenders, but I do really like this one because it is large and it also is very affordable. They have some really expensive ones, and this is a great like middle of the road one. So if you're not wanting to spend a ton of money on a blender, this is a really good way to go. It actually has multiple blades throughout, so it just blends everything very, very well. I never have an issue with things not blending or getting like stuck at the bottom. It really is an awesome blender for the money. Moving on to some appliances, I have my Instant Pot here. This is something I've had for almost 2 years, and I just recently opened it probably like 3 or 4 months ago, and it was one of the best decisions I ever did. I was just really scared to use the Instant Pot. I had gotten it as a gift, and I just was scared to use it because it's a pressure cooker. But I will say it works so amazing. I love it for cooking shredded chicken, boiled eggs. It makes the best boiled eggs. They peel super easy. also cooks the rice so good. It's probably the best rice that I've ever had, and it's very quick, especially for brown rice, which can be kind of tricky to cook. Love making brown rice in here, so this is definitely worth it. I think it's right around $100 or so. It is a bit of an investment, but if you cook a lot of rice, eat a lot of shredded chicken, that sort of thing, this is definitely a really great tool to have in your kitchen. And of course, I had to include my crock pot. You guys, I have a very basic crock pot. We've had this for years. It is just a Hamilton Beach one. I think we originally picked it up at Walmart, and I looked on Amazon to see if they still have this. Hamilton Beach does have one. It looks like it's a little bit updated. Of course, it looks a little bit nicer than mine, which is definitely well loved. I use this thing probably at least once a week. Tons and tons of crock pot meals in here, but you definitely want to have some sort of crock pot in your kitchen. I also really love having an air fryer. This is another thing that I received as a gift, and I just never pulled out of the box until more recently, and I really do love it. This is what ours looks like. We have the Presto brand. It's called the Air Daddy air fryer, and it works really well. I use it a lot for potatoes. I've cooked meats in there. We don't do a lot of like pre-packaged frozen food in our house, but that also works really good in here. I've used it a few times for that. And overall, we just really like this. It's a little bit large, but that's also really nice for all of the storage inside. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in this one, so I do really like that about it. Other favorite appliance is this Hamilton Beach quesadilla maker. You might think this is a waste of space, but it's really small and I love it. We do a lot of quesadillas in this house. I love doing it with like leftover taco meat, chicken, barbecue, literally tons of quesadillas, and this makes them super good. This edge here kind of seals the quesadilla so nothing comes out, and it's just delicious. It makes them perfectly golden brown. So if you eat a lot of quesadillas or you really love them, this is definitely a really fun tool to have in the kitchen. And of course, if you know me, you know I absolutely love my coffee, so I have to include my Keurig. Of course, it's one of my favorites. We've had this also since our wedding. It's the Keurig 2.0. Really love this one. It's pretty basic. There's nothing super fancy about it, but it makes a really good cup of coffee. And then I do like to keep my little K-cup carousel right next to it. If you're wondering what coffee I typically drink, it is actually this really affordable donut shop one. Works great, super affordable. We're actually gonna be building a little coffee and wine bar in our house, which I'm really excited about. If you guys wanna see that video, definitely let me know down in the comments. Pretty excited to see how that turns out. We're gonna do it over in our dining room with our little fridge, and I think it's gonna turn out super good. So let me know if you guys wanna see that video. I can definitely see if I can film that for you. All right guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really curious to know, what is your like all-time favorite kitchen product? I am definitely on the hunt for a couple different things. I need a new grater. I also need a good salad spinner for like washing produce, lettuce, things like that. So if you have any good recommendations, I would absolutely love to hear those in the comments, or just let me know your all-time favorite kitchen product, because I'm really curious. I'm definitely always on the hunt for some good ones. But that is going to be it for today's video. I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a